Difficult conversations, we all face them.
Yes.
They happen when we least expect them. At the dinner table, in the office, over text messages, in relationships we deeply value, or with people we barely know. And yet, no matter the context, one thing is certain. These conversations are never easy.
I'm sorry, I can't handle this.
They can stir up anxiety, fear of rejection, guilt, or even shame. We hesitate, we rehearse what to say, and sometimes we avoid them altogether. But here's the truth. Difficult conversations are not just a part of life. They are a necessary part of a meaningful connection. Today we're diving into how we can approach difficult conversations. Hi, my name's Andin, your host for Speedsters, a series produced by the WSDC Team Malaysia that helps you understand general knowledge in bite-sized content. So what makes a conversation difficult? It's not just about yelling or tears. A conversation becomes difficult when the stakes feel high, when we risk being misunderstood, hurting someone, or confronting something we've been avoiding for so long. It might be giving feedback to a coworker, telling a friend they hurt you, admitting you've made a mistake, or speaking up for what you believe in. These moments matter because they deal with things we care about, our values, our boundaries, our emotions, our identities. To really understand how to approach these conversations, we need to dig a little deeper. Most difficult conversations are made up of 3 invisible layers, what we call the 3 dialogues. The first layer is the what happened conversation. This is where misunderstandings take root. We argue about facts, timelines, and intentions. Who said what? Why did this happen? What was meant versus what was heard? The second layer is the feelings conversation. Emotions are often running beneath the surface. Frustration, sadness, disappointment, or maybe even fear. Often, we don't talk about these feelings directly, but they shape everything we say and do in that moment. And finally, there's the identity conversation. This one is the trickiest. It's about how the conflict affects the way we see ourselves. Am I a good person? Am I being respected? Am I being seen for who I really am? When all these layers are tangled together, it's no wonder conversations feel overwhelming.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
But here's the good news. Difficult conversations don't have to end badly. When approached with intention and care, they can actually transform relationships. Yes, conflict is often seen as a threat, something to suppress, something to run from. But what if we reframed it? What if we saw conflict not as the end of a connection, but the beginning of a deeper understanding?
I like it. That's genius.
When handled well, conflict becomes a catalyst for personal growth, mutual respect, and lasting change. Research shows that couples who handle disagreements constructively tend to develop stronger communication, emotional closeness, and trust. In workplaces, open conflict resolution creates healthier teams, less burnout, and more innovation.
Woohoo!
And in friendships, being able to have hard conversation leads to more authentic, resilient bonds. So, how do you engage in difficult conversations constructively? It starts with preparation. Not just your words, but of your mindset. Set clear objectives. Know why you're having the conversation. What's your goal? What do you hope will come out of it? Clarity helps you stay grounded. Choose the right time and setting. A calm environment makes a difference. Avoid public places or moments when emotions are already high. Choose a time where both people can really engage. Practice active listening. This doesn't just mean staying silent while the other person talks. It means genuinely hearing them, their tone, their intention, their emotion, and showing that you care. Stay focused on the issue. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to bring up every grievance from the past, but that only clouds the conversation. Stick to the main point. Keep it clear and keep it kind. Use I statements. Instead of "you always ignore me," try "I feel dismissed when I'm not heard." This shifts the tone from blame to expression, making it easier for the other person to listen without getting defensive. Reframe negative statements. Instead of pointing fingers, ask questions. Instead of blaming, get curious. Why did this happen? What can we both do differently? The goal is understanding, not winning. And most importantly, know when to pause. If things get too heated, it's okay to take a break. You can say, "I want to continue this, but I need a moment to collect my thoughts." Sometimes stepping away is the most mature thing we can do. When we practice these strategies, the results are powerful. We learn to communicate better. We become more emotionally aware. We build trust through honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. And we prevent resentment from growing quietly in the background.
Pure genius.
So here's the deal. Don't run from difficult conversations. Step into them. slowly, intentionally, and with heart. Because real relationships are not built on avoiding discomfort. They're built on courage, understanding, and the willingness to sit down and say, I care enough to talk about this.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
In a world that often chooses silence, your voice, spoken with care, can be a bridge. And in choosing to engage, you don't just resolve conflict. You grow, you heal, and you create the kind of connections that truly last. So here's a question for you. Have you ever had to deal with a difficult conversation? How did you approach it? Let us know in the comment section down below. Well, that's it for today's episode. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. We'll be exploring more topics like this in future videos, so stay tuned.